Good morning guys, it's Sunday morning and today the utility room is going to get it. If you have OCD at this point, you probably want to fast forward to the point where it's done. It's an absolute tip. So I've got plenty of cupboard space. These came out of the kitchen when I revamped it last year, so it's not that I don't have enough storage, it's just that I don't make the best use of it. So that's what I really want to try and do today. This is the xoxo unit that I picked up in IKEA a couple of weeks ago. If you remember, I went to IKEA and HomeSense with my mum, so I got that. So I want to make some use of that and just generally get this room looking respectable. So first things first, I'm going to light one of my sand and fog candles that I got from HomeSense a couple of weeks ago. Apologies, this took an age to light. It was a new candle, so if you've got fear of fire, that match was certainly burning quite a lot. And then I'm just going to put it on the windowsill out of the way. So this is a first cupboard. Yes, it does look like I have some kind of issue with Flash Lemon floor cleaner. There's clearly some sort of offer on at some point. Please also ignore my really scruffy appearance. I've been in the gym this morning, had a shower, and I really couldn't be bothered to wash my hair. And while I do my chores, I am listening to an audiobook. It is Stephen King's It. I'm just filling a sink with some soapy water. I want to give all of the cupboards a good wash inside and out, and also my lemon floor cleaner has been leaking and we have a little bit of leakage and some sticky bottles, so I just want to give all of those a wipe over as well.
My window, sun's coming up like the day before. You're like a stone on my pillow.
The first thing I'm going to do is just get everything out of the cupboard. It's in no particular order at all, which is part of the problem, as you can see. And then once I've got everything out, I can have a good think about where I would want to put it back and also give the cupboards a good clean.
We can spend all day.
I'm not going to make any changes to what's on the top shelf, so I come back and I clean that shelf at a later point.
Kenny saxophone. We'll order in a bunch of food. I'll put your favorite.
This little storage box that I picked up from the Home Bargains was in good order a few weeks ago, and now it's just got a mind of its own. It's full of Sephora cleaning cloths and a blue for the loo, which went into my assistant shortly after filming this. My lovelies Sephora collection has made its way into one of the xoxo drawers here. I'm just lining everything up so I can see it. It's going to make it much more easy for me to get to it than it is having it up in the cupboard in that storage unit. So I'm just going to arrange all of those nicely. I'm just going to repeat the process in this next cupboard, just get everything out, decide what I'm going to keep and not, and then make a decision about where I put it.
I'll put the TV in the room. We'll have a Netflix marathon. Kenny saxophone.
This is a storage box that I keep all of Daisy's things in, so we've got all sorts of stuff, from toothbrushes to treats and things like that, so I'm just going to go through and have a good sort of this. I'm just sorting out all of Daisy's little jackets and things, and oh gosh, there's the little knickers that she has when she's in season, and this was her tiny little coat when she was a pup, and I don't think I'm going to be able to part with that.
I'll put the TV in the room. We'll have a Netflix marathon. Kenny G saxophone. We'll order in a bunch of food. I'll put your favorite music on, all the way baritone. Shut the lights, go infrared.
I found a new home for my Dyson attachments, which is brilliant. And look at Daisy's tail wagging. She's so cute. My storage container of shame is now getting it. It's getting a really good sorting out. And now I can start the process of putting everything back really nicely, which is always the best bit.
It makes me shine. We
having a good sort of the shoes as well, I have an awful habit of just kicking them off by the door and then bringing them through and then leaving them in the utility room. I'm going to have to start getting organised with these because it just doesn't look good at all. The cupboard under the sink, always everybody's least favourite. What can I say? I'll just play a little bit of music. Finally, the last cupboard, possibly the most random one in the utility, just full of all sorts of bits and pieces. There's Yankee Candle lamps in here, parts of Hoover attachments, ant killer, you name it. Now get all of my cleaning products put back in a really nice order. You have no idea how satisfying this is. Yeah, we got the summer forever. I also wanted to give the outside of the cupboards a really good clean as well. They were super dusty from the garage conversion work that's been going on, so I feel a lot happier now that's done too. If it's only for now, I don't mind, 'cause I know that your love is endless. If it's only for now, I don't mind, 'cause I know that your love is endless. It might be over tomorrow, but this day will live on forever. We'll just do a quick vacuum on the floor just to pick up all the little bits that have fallen out of the cupboard. I'm going to quickly change the water because now I want to wash down all of the surfaces. I'm going to spray down all of the surfaces with this lovely Method cleaner. It's pink pomelo. It smells heavenly. I've been using it for more than a year and really like the smell it leaves. And then I'm going to clean the sink with this stainless steel cleaner from Sif. If anybody knows an eco-friendly alternative to this, then please let me know. I'm not sure if Method do one, but you really do need to use this in a ventilated room. It's quite strong. Almost done. I'm just going to put a couple of capfuls of this Sephora into some hot water. This is orange and cranberry, and it'll just make the utility smell really nice. And there you have it, a really nice tidy utility room, probably for the first time in a number of years, I have to say. But I'll show you inside all the cupboards and I'll talk you through some of the little additions that I've made on the tops here. Hello, so I just wanted to come in and show you what I've been doing. So I'm going to take you through each of the cupboards now. I'm sure you'll agree they look a lot nicer than they did earlier. So on this bottom shelf here, I've got my Nespresso capsules. I mean, this could potentially change, but we'll see how we go. Then on the next shelf, I've got all my microfiber covers for my steam mop. I've got some bulbs there, and there's the little birdie baths. And then I've got a baking tin up there. I haven't done much with that top shelf. I've left it as is. In those white boxes are my cleaning fluid and wipes for my leather sofas, and then I've got a summer cooling jacket for Daisy up there. And in this far cupboard there's not an awful lot of stuff. I've just got my Tassimo machine. Obviously I've got an espresso machine now, so that's just standing in here for when I decide to use it. There's a spare kettle in there, my little froggy on the top shelf, and then just the box of something I want to show you in my next monthly update. So there's not a lot in there. I do want to move a couple of kitchen things into that. So yeah, the space will come in really useful. Down on this bottom shelf, this is more of a miscellaneous type shelf. So I've got some ant killer and things like that in there. I've got some Yankee Candle shades, that sort of thing, and my gardening gloves. And then moving down here, I've got all of my cleaning products, so I can see everything. It fits in a nice tall space, so I'm not having to lay all of the things down. It's just ideal, and it's just really accessible, so I'm really happy about that. And then just moving you into this cupboard that's next to my washing machine. So I've got on this top shelf here all of like the washing gel, Comfort, I think that one is, or Lenore, and then some Vanish. And then down on this bottom here I've got some spares, a couple of spare tablets there, and then I've got my colour saver sheets and such like. I'm going to show you this little drawer unit now. So on the top of the drawer unit I've got my iron stand, and that's a great place for that because obviously it's so blooming big. There's nowhere to put it. It's a good iron though. So in the top shelf it's the birdie drawer, so I've already got in a little storage container all of their spare toys, treats, their little beds, that kind of thing. They've got a lot of stuff for things that are so small. They don't have to take up a lot of stuff, more so than Daisy. Daisy's is the second drawer, so I've got her, I'm going to put her lead in here in a minute, but she's stalking around, and if I show her the lead she'll think she's going for a walk just now when she's not. So I've got her coats, I've got her little nappies for when she's in season, and in here there's just a mixture of things. There's a couple of treats in there, and then I've got all of her things that I use to clean her teeth. Her brush is in there as well, so I've got her little brush as well, and just a spare blanket. Moving down into the next drawer, I've got all of my Sephora in here, and I wanted just to be able to be sure I could see everything. I don't have an excessive amount. I've got some summer fragrances and some winter ones. I've not had a look recently to see what there is. Next time I'm in Home Bargains, I'll have to go and have a route around and see what new fragrances they've got. And then I've got all of my accessories and my socket in there for my Dyson. And then the bottom two drawers have my shoes in, and I just wanted to keep them out of the way. Traditionally they would go in a pile down there behind the door, but obviously this is the route into my gym conversion, and I just wanted to keep this space as tidy as possible for obviously moving around, but it's got to be functional as well. And then in the bottom drawer I've got some work shoes, and that is that for the drawers and the cupboard, so they're looking a lot nicer. I just wanted to style things up a little bit. On here I've got my Nespresso machine. I just keep it out of here because it's quite a big bulky item, and yeah, I just think it looks quite nice in here anyway, but I just didn't want it hanging around the kitchen. It's very usable. I love it to bits, but it's big, and I just think it sits better on that corner in here. I've picked up a couple of things from Amazon just to, I don't know, just judge the place up a little bit and add a bit of something to it. So I got this picture. I'll link everything that you see now down in the comments box that I've recently got from Amazon, and it just tells you all of the little symbols. I mean, I don't know how many times I've looked at a label on some clothing and I've not known what to do with it, but that'll come in really useful. So I just popped that on the side leaning against the wall. I just think it takes the plainness off. And then I've got these two grey tins. I've got one for laundry powder. I'll have to put something in that just now. And then I've got one standing there for dishwasher tablets. Next to it I've got a plant. This I bought from IKEA a while ago, and you saw that on a home haul that I did. So we went to IKEA and HomeSense, and these two little plants also came from there as well. I've got one of the Aldi #1 Joe Malone-esque reed diffusers on the window there as well. I love that. That looks so classy. I've just put in the corner here a little vase that I got for when I've done my bedroom but found I didn't need. So this came from the range, and you'll see that in an upcoming haul. But yeah, it just didn't quite work how I wanted it to. So it stands here and it's lovely. I'm happy with it there. And then finally I got this from Amazon as well, and I just think it's so cute. So I've just hung that. I've just put a nail in the wall there and just hung it, but it's looking for lonely socks. So you can hang your little random lost socks on these little hangers there. I think they're so sweet. So I hope you've enjoyed the journey today of moving what was a very, very horrible space into something that looks a lot more serviceable and I just guess a little bit more aesthetically pleasing. Yes, a utility room is just that. It's a very, very functional room. Obviously serves a purpose, but I just wanted to try and make it as neat and tidy as I possibly could. So I hope you've enjoyed spending a little bit of time with me, and I'll catch you soon. Take care. Bye for now.